Caitlin. Hi. I think we've established that. This is supposed to be a Q&A, so you guys do the Q and I'll do the A. Sound good? But without you, I can't do anything, so. How did I? I came to Alcon back in 2011, September of 2011, and I honestly don't know how they found me. Maybe through a website or another voice actor or something like that. So they just emailed me and like, do you want to come out? And I came out then with my friend Tia Ballard, also a voice actress. And then they said, hey, we're having this show and we need a guest and you were great. Do you want to be a guest again? And I said, okay. So that was that. Yeah. Jacket Man. That's your superhero name. The Rings, but I haven't seen Todd's rebuttal, whatever his last big thing is called. I feel bad. Sorry, Todd. He even sent me the link to it before it was up for everyone else to see, and I just haven't had the chance. Yeah, they're silly. I hope they're done with all of that. That's just ridiculous. I mean, they've spent so much time and energy and money on trying to top one another. I'm like, I've got better things to do. But opportunity, not really to record anything, but to meet and speak on panels with Japanese seiyuu. There's a convention in North Carolina in the States called Animazement, and while a number of conventions invite Japanese guests, it's very rare that you interact with them. They usually, for some reason, the conventions think that the fans are split, and there are only some that would be interested in the Japanese, and everyone else is interested in the English-speaking ones. But at Animazement, it's much more of a cultural event. They have a lot more workshops and they bring over animators and things. And they choose their English-speaking guests based on the Japanese guests who are coming. And they try to get people who've been in the same shows or maybe who've played the same parts. So I haven't met anyone who's played my roles before, but I have been with people who've been in the same shows as me. And I feel horrible that I can't remember their names. But the man who was Alucard in Hellsing in Japanese, I met him. He goes by George, but that's not obviously his Japanese name, but that's what he goes by. And he's a fantastic man and a really cool guy. I've met all kinds of people, like Dragon Ball Z people, and they're really wonderful folks. But probably the highlight of my con-going career was I met, oh my gosh, how can her name escape me? Mitsuishi-san, who's Sailor Moon. Like, Kotono Mitsuishi is like, oh my gosh! And so I got to meet her the last Animazement I went to, and she's the most wonderful lady. She's there with her husband and her daughter who had a birthday, and I got to go to her daughter's birthday party. It's such a trip. So weird. It was like a mind-blowing, I felt like a fan, but I'm supposed to be on the stage acting like a professional. It was wild. Like, most of the time when English-speaking voice actors meet fans, we make it very clear, I'm Caitlin, and I play Winry, I play Haruhi, I play these people. And we'll do lines of theirs if you ask us to, but generally that's not really our thing. But at Animazement, we're all sitting at this huge, long table, and it's extremely formal. It's all the Japanese guests, and then all the English-speaking guests, and we have name tags, and our names are in English and in Japanese. It's crazy. So they go down the line, and all the Japanese actors are introducing themselves in Japanese, and they have a translator. And the first thing out of their mouth is one of their lines in character. And so it's going down the line of Mitsuishi-san is 5 or so people down to my right. And they're filming us, and halfway back in the house is the projection screen. So I can see everyone as they're going down the line with the camera. And they get to her, and she busts out in like her signature Sailor Moon line. And I thought I was going to pee my pants. Pardon me, that maybe is kind of gross, but I was like shaking and thought I might fly away. And it was so instantaneous, this feeling. I've never felt anything like it before. I didn't even feel that when I got like on my wedding day, okay? It's just like bigger. It was a bigger deal. Sorry, honey. Meeting Sailor Moon, bigger deal than getting married. It was wild. And then when I got to meet her, and she was so nice. And also at the convention, I was giving an origami panel, like just because it's a hobby of mine. So I was up in the green room where all the actors hang out just to eat and chill and be away from the convention. And the birthday party had ended, and I ran away and got my box of origami paper, and I'm sitting there preparing. And Mitsuyoshi-san sees me, and she says, "Oh, origami!" And she runs off, and she comes back with her own paper, and she sits down with me and starts folding. And I'm like trembling, trying not to screw up, and I'm like, "I'm folding paper with Sailor Moon." So she made me a little ninja star, and she said through her translator that's all she could remember, like from memory, was that and like a crane. So I keep it. It's in my paper box. It's right on top. So every time I open it, there it is. I think Sailor Moon made that. That's the highlight of my con-going experience. My friend from New York over here mentioned Bacano, and the character of Lad Russo is one that I love to hate. He's so disgusting, he's so despicable, but he's played so well. You know, he has such zeal for his crime. He's horrible. If you haven't seen Bacano, you'll know what I mean once you finally see it, but he's one of those that it's like a train wreck. You can't look away. He's so gross and awful. Ugh. In Fractal, do you guys know Fractal at all? Okay. Yes, no, I can't really tell. Like 3 or 4 people know what it is. But I play Fryn, and she's kind of this woman. She's like damaged goods. She's a wonderful person, but things have been done to her that have affected her life in a pretty negative way. And the person who's done those negative, gross things to her is another one of the, he's so despicable and disgusting, but so necessary to the story. And he's voice acted so very well that even though he's wretched, no, I don't actually like him. I just appreciate the acting. I hate the character. He's gross. He makes my skin crawl. Sailor Mars. She was my favorite as a kid. So, plus she sings. I like the singing characters. So, but yeah, most of all, of course I'd love to be Sailor Moon, but I don't like to put that out there because, like, am I going to jinx myself? But most people who know me kind of know that anyway, so I figure, what does it hurt that they know? So, it would be awesome if we get that show. Fingers crossed. We'll see what happens.